is learn a little bit more about a proposed pheasant stamp here in the state of Michigan and what that may look like if you're an upland hunter. This past fall, the first year of a proposed 2-year pheasant hunting initiative got underway. It was geared at letting out thousands of pheasants on state hunting property. The releases and the hunting on the 11 different properties was a huge success.
The feedback that we had from hunters was just great. That they had the best times. In the parking lots at these state game areas, there was 11 of them. In the past years, they looked like ghost towns, and last year they were packed full of cars with people hunting. And everybody, if they got a bird or not, it was like a big family get-together. After the hunt, nobody wanted to leave the parking lot. They was having so much fun. They were showing the guns, they were showing the dogs or the birds they harvested. And the age of people coming out hunting was from little kids up to 83 years old.
We had approximately 3,000 hunters come out and hunt the 6,000 pheasants that were released. They spent 12,000 man days out there chasing these pheasants, which is a huge accomplishment. In the state of Michigan, without the released birds on various preserves, they may harvest 20,000 pheasants a year. With our one release that we did in 2019, they harvested 5,000 pheasants. In other words, they increased the total harvest of pheasants on state property 25% with our one little initiative that we accomplished last year. That shows the success that's possible. And the unfortunate thing is we lost our funding for 2020. The only way that we can keep this program going, and we feel it's so important to keep it going, is through the pheasant stamp.
The proposed pheasant stamp would help fund this same program. With the funds that were aimed at keeping this initiative in place taken due to the pandemic, the hope is that this new pheasant stamp would help fund this program for years to come.
Awesome. They're much bigger than I thought, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was a good program because it brought a lot of new people, young blood, and the hunter numbers have been going down significantly for years. This one little initiative, we saw an uptick. We saw over 150 new hunters that wouldn't have hunted except for this type of program. And the only way to keep this thing going is to have the money to fund it. And the only way to do that is through a pheasant endorsement or a pheasant stamp.
With the release of about 6,000 birds on 11 different state game areas, this program was good for seasoned hunters and new hunters as well.
Last year's program was awesome. We had I think 7 or 8 breeders volunteered to put birds out for the state in all these 11 areas. They released them in the middle of the night, off shooting hours. Nobody knew when they were there. It worked out much better than the put and take did way back in the day. Some people remember that. It was an awesome experience, and we got a lot of feedback to our preserves, and it was like we're building another generation of hunters coming up now. We got more kids involved and all that. And the other thing is the huge economic change that we've seen is that the guy that maybe lost his dog, now he went and got another one, and then he's thinking about pheasant hunting because he found out about, they're going to start releasing birds, and I can have fun with my family. I can take my kids out. I can take my grandkids out. It's just a cool event.
The pheasant stamp has passed through the House of Representatives, and we are waiting to see if it will move through the Senate as well. If so, the stamp would be required if you're looking to hunt wild pheasants here in Michigan. You would not need the stamp to hunt on preserves. Let's hope this initiative can help build back the legacy of pheasant hunting here in our grand old state.